Good day, everybody. My name is Paul Harrington, and I'm here with Steve Friesen, and we're going to be talking about the Decor difference. But before we jump in, I do want to talk about if you have any questions, you can send them our way in the chat feature. So if you got questions, we'll answer them live for you. But yeah, other than that, thank you, Steve, for joining us today. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Well, I'm Steve Friesen, as you are all aware, and I guess I work in the business development department today. So for some of you who are new, possibly new dealers that are watching this, have had an opportunity to meet me and work with me in that capacity. Others, mainly in the United States, will have known me in my prior role here at Decor Cabinets in the dealer development department. And so that's what I do here. And what's brought me here is a bit of a story, but I'll keep it as short as I possibly can. In 2002, I started here at Decor Cabinets. I started in their purchasing department, and I worked in that department for approximately 9 years. And in 2010, my wife and I decided that, you know what, it is a good idea to try something out on our own. And so we got into the whole entrepreneurial world, which we both were very interested in and had been for some time, just never jumped into it. And so in 2010, we bought into a company, a local company in Winkler, just about 7 miles down the road. And we did that for about a decade or so. And in between, we started another small little company from scratch in 2014. And that we did as well until approximately 2017, at which point I came back to Decor Cabinets, and I've been here now for about 7 years since. So it's been a bit of a journey. Total about 17-16 years.
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
And it's been great. You know, you left before I started here, but then came back, and it's been great having you back. So, you, when we get new hires at Decor, you kind of do an introduction course to them, right? And so let's talk about that a little bit. You know, you like to ask new employees a question. What is that question that you ask?
Yeah, well, I mean, in late 2000 or somewhere in 2018, I think, I had the opportunity to do an onboarding class, and that's for any new hire that comes through our doors here at Decor Cabinets. And that doesn't matter if they're somewhere on the plant floor, to somewhere in the office, to somewhere in senior management. Every single one of them has to go through about 90 minutes with me as part of their onboarding process. And so it's really what it's called is customer experience, and what the time is generally spent is talking about what the customer goes through and what that end customer experiences, and that's the gist of the meeting. But I've been given about 30 minutes of additional time to talk a bit more about why I think Decor is a great place to work. And Decor has been very gracious in giving me their time, because 90 minutes is a long time to spend with anybody, and let alone me listening to me ramble on. But I take the first 20 to 30 minutes, depending on crowd participation, and talk a bit about Decor Cabinets. And I guess you asked me about what is the question I ask. It's a pretty simple question. It's nothing crazy. I ask the question, where are you from? Where were you born? And how long have you been in Canada? And I don't know if you want me to elaborate on that now, or...
Yes, go.
Yeah, okay. And so the neat thing is, 9 times out of 10, I'm a minority in the room. And when I say minority, I am one of the only people born in Canada that's in the room. And so the reason I ask that question is simply to point out a fact that Decor Cabinets is an extremely diverse company, culturally diverse company. And sometimes if I have there's one time I had a group of 10 in the room, and each of us, including myself, were born in a different country. And really, one of the things that makes Decor such a unique place to work is that cultural diversity. We're just a melting pot of over 30 different countries from around the world that make up our 550-ish people that work here every single day. And it is really, really cool to be part of. And I'll just add to that, if you don't mind. There were couple of reasons why I came back to Decor Cabinets. I told you I left, but there's a couple of reasons that I came back to the company, and I guess Stan's gonna hear about it now. But neither of them had to do with cabinetry, and but it's not like I don't love cabinetry, but I really do. But two of the reasons that I came back had nothing to do with it. One of them is what I just mentioned, is the diversity of this company. To have 30-some different countries working shoulder to shoulder, coming here every single day, putting our differences aside for a common goal, is a pretty cool thing. And between Canada and the United States, and those are the people that will be watching this, we're full. Our countries are made up of immigrants, of course, outside of the indigenous population that was here long before any European settlers set foot on our continent. We're a country of immigrants. We're countries of immigrants. And I don't have to go too far back into my heritage that my grandparents are not from here. They're from Europe. Yeah. And yours would probably be something similar. But here we sit. And it's a pretty good deal. It's a great deal. And we embrace it. We're proud. We're proud of the culture we have here and what makes it up. Yeah, it's a good deal.
Nice. Yeah, so I think that's incredible, that we have, over 30 country representatives here at Decor, so that's awesome. So as you know, Stan and Connie Pauls are the owners of Decor. Can you talk about how their leadership makes Decor different from other companies?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, I haven't worked for a lot of other companies, but I have worked for a few different places. And Stan and Connie, to be quite honest, that's the other reason why I came back to this company. There's no shortage of work in the world that we live in over here. We have more job opportunities than we have people to fill them in our communities. And I had the opportunity to come back. And when I say it's an opportunity, I mean it. It was an opportunity to come back to Decor after being gone for 7 years.
Yeah.
And it was, quite honestly, a very easy decision to make. Stan approached me at the tail end of my career as an entrepreneur, and asked me if I wanted to come back to Decor Cabinets when he heard that I was leaving. And I said, wow, let me talk to my wife. And the only reason I want to talk to my wife about it is because we're a team, and but in my heart, I knew what I wanted to do. I had other opportunities, other things that I could have done and gone to do, but coming back to Decor was a no-brainer for me. And it's all because of Stan and Connie. And they are two of the most wonderful human beings. And for those of you watching that have met them before, I will imagine that you will completely agree with that statement. Because for those people that have met them, they walk away better people. And I'm a better person for being part of their lives for a very long time. And to be quite honest, I think if they were sitting here today and they're standing here, and I don't want to put words in their mouth, but this is just me speaking from the heart, and you asked them a question and you said, Connie and Stan, what are you most passionate about? And I think they would say, well, you might think they would say, or someone who didn't know them might think they would say, we're most passionate about building cabinets. It's their livelihood. It's what they do. I mean, this has been part of their lives for a very, very long time. And although they are passionate about what they do, they really, really are about building cabinets. I don't think they would say that. And I think they would say something to the effect of, we're most passionate about the 550 people that work here and their families from 30-some different countries from around the world. We're most passionate about the end customer who puts our cabinets into their home and lives with them every single day, building memories and spending time with family and friends and so forth. They say we're most passionate about the 40-some different nonprofit organizations that we support, not only locally, but globally.
Mm-hmm.
We're most passionate about changing the world. We're most passionate about doing that by building one cabinet at a time. So cabinets are, in my opinion, cabinets are a means to an end for Stan and Connie.
Yeah.
And, but because that end is so important to them, their focus on building exceptional cabinets is at the forefront. And so, I'm sorry I'm going on and on here about this, but and I'll just take a little side note here. We're huge on growth here at Decor Cabinets. The leadership of this company, which is there's 40-some leaders of this company, have gone through tons of training, internal training, and so forth, just to make us better people. And one of the questions, one of the many, many things that we ask ourselves is, why do we get out of the bed in the morning? And for me, I don't get out of bed to go build cabinets. I get out of bed to make a difference, because I've bought into, 100% bought into what Stan and Connie believe and stand for as owners of this company. So it's easy for me to show up here every day. It's easy for so many people to show up here every day because they're part of something bigger. We're not just another manufacturer in southern Manitoba, Canada.
Right.
We're part of changing the world, and I believe that from the bottom of my heart. And so to be part of something like that is easy. And you want to be. Who wouldn't want to be part of that? And so, long answer to your question, that is why I came back to this company. That is who, in my opinion, Stan and Connie are as human beings.
Absolutely. And I can say, like, the stuff that Stan and Connie has done, just the different opportunities that they give for your families to come out here and share and grow in them is amazing. And I know my kids, they love coming to the Decor and talking about Decor, right? So that's just the family environment that they have created is amazing to me. So and you've touched a little bit on this in your last answer, but Decor does give back to the community, right? And so, can you elaborate a little bit on how Decor gives back to the community?
Well, I touched on it. We're Decor, and when I say Decor, I'll reference to we, because I truly think there's a whole bunch of we going on in this company, because we're a team of people who have the same dreams for touching the people around us in a special way. We all carry the same sentiment, and so we have nonprofit organizations right here in our own community, which is very important to our company. We have a golf tournament that we have every single year. We've done it for over a decade, and that's to raise money for those organizations. And not only is that done by people that people contribute from the area, but all of our suppliers and different folks in our organization come out and support us in massive ways to change people's lives locally. And so that's one of the ways. Another one is the global outreach is really, really neat. And I will not do this justice. And one day you'll have to interview Stan and Connie regarding some of that global outreach, because they are so terribly passionate about helping the less fortunate, the people that don't have what we have. The electricity, all the gadgets and gadgets, all the technology, all the things that we take for granted, the heat, we're protected from the rain that's coming down outside today. They're so passionate about changing people's lives. And that's whether putting a roof over somebody's head, or whether that's giving somebody an opportunity for an education which they would otherwise wouldn't have, or which provides not only revenue to change their lives and their families' lives, but in some cases changes entire communities and villages.
Absolutely.
And so there's countless ways, and I encourage you, really, get Stan up here, get Connie up here, and talk to them sometime, because they will have I'm just not doing it justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks. Let's kind of like shift gears a little bit and talk about how Decor is growing and expanding. So, what do you see Decor is doing as far as how we're growing and expanding? Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, since I started in 2002, just the physical growth of the company, I think, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm kind of grasping at some numbers here that I don't know are 100% accurate, but I would say when I started here, there may have been 300 people-ish working here, give or take, in 2002. We had a fraction of the manufacturing space, and today we're in the process. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, we have 550 staff and growing.
Yep.
And today we're in the process of not only we've completed a 40,000 square foot addition, which is going to be home for some of the most sophisticated cabinet manufacturing equipment in North America, if not even the world.
Yeah.
And that I won't elaborate on, because I maybe have said too much already. I'm not sure, but needless to say, Stan and Connie are all about growth. And they're all about giving back and pouring back into this company to see it to continue to grow, all with the mindset to make a difference and impact the world around us. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm just amazed at the growth that Stan and Connie do to expand Decor, right? Like, not only do they grow into our lives and our leadership here at Decor, but they also are they're adding additions. We're getting new machines in so that we can grow and continue to prepare for the future, right? So that's amazing. Again, during your introductory course at Decor, you introduce a person, Allison. Can you tell us who is Allison?
Well, I've used end customer a few times in this conversation, and the end customer for us is the person who puts our cabinets into their home. So I would say a larger percentage of our business is in the renovation market, and that comes as no surprise to people. We do other things as well, but the larger percentage of our products go into the renovation market, and so that's a human being on the other side on the receiving side of those cabinets. And in the past, we've always referred to that person as the end customer. And so years ago, prior to me coming back in 2017, Decor decided to humanize it a little bit more, because there is a human on the other side of that. And so for whatever the reason is, we decided the name to call that person Allison. It is in our opinion, it's a gender neutral name. And so it is basically anybody who is buying our cabinets. How widely used it is in the company today, I don't know how it is, but in many cases when I have this onboarding class, I'll say, so sometimes you may hear some of the leadership refer to Allison. Well, they could be talking about someone they actually know, someone, a friend of theirs or an acquaintance or so forth, or they may be talking about the person who actually bought our cabinets and is going to be putting them into their home. That is who Allison is. So the odd time if you hear someone reference Allison, it could be that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, how do you think our employees, knowing the story, the new employees that come through, knowing about Allison, how do you think that helps our dealers or designers?
Well, I hope it, after I've talked about the culture of Decor, after we've talked about the customer experience at Decor, I hope it gives them a why. I hope it addresses their why. Why do I get up every morning? Why do I want to come to Decor Cabinets every morning and go to work and do my job? And not only do my job, but I want to do it to the best of my ability. I hope that all those things combined give them meaning with their job, regardless of what that job, regardless of where they are in the organizational chart. It gives them meaning and drive to show up to work every single day. And if that happens, oh, well, watch out. We become really a unified team and a unified force, and for all the right reasons. And it's exciting. So whether that happens, I guess that would be an interview. I'd have to ask one of them how they deal with it or how they respond to it. But hopefully it provides a why for them.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said that better myself, so I think that's great. Another thing that, I've heard it said many times from dealers and designers that our customer service sets us apart from others. What is it that sets us apart from others?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's hard to put feelings into words. And even though when I talk to any new dealer that bringing them on, I really want to emphasize who Decor is, much more than our cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
And because I think it's far more. Lots of people build great cabinets. Okay, there's a lot of great kitchen manufacturers out there, and we are one of them. Yeah. But I really think what separates us from everybody else out there is the experience you will have with us, with our customer service staff, with our delivery team, with our dealer development specialists, with our marketing team. Anybody you interact with here at Decor, I hope that you will walk away going, if you've never met them before, you'll go like, wow, what's different about that person? And that is hard to put into words, but it is a feeling I think that people will get when they work with us, and I hope that they do. And don't get me wrong, we're not a perfect company. Yeah. We will we make mistakes just like anybody else, but I think the true testament of a company is how they handle things when they go wrong. Yeah. And I think that here at Decor Cabinets, we strive for that excellence because we want to be undeniably different, and we want to change. In order for us to change the world, we have to be able to build a product, build it right, give a great customer experience, be invoiced for that product, and be able to give that money or a percentage of that money, of those profits, to someone who really needs it. Every single time we have to remake something, that comes out of those profits. That comes out of that experience that someone else might not get. So for us, it's really, really important not only to provide Allison with the best product out there, but if we do, we've made an impact on someone else, including the 550 people that work here, but someone else on this planet. And so that includes everybody that you work with here, whether that's CSRs or whether that's a CSR manager or the DDs or the marketing crew or logistics, or if you get the pleasure to talk to somebody in our production floor, that feeling you get hopefully transcends right through the entire company.
Yeah, absolutely. One other thing I would just note is I think it's just the ability that the relationships that we want to create with you as our dealers and designers, right? The relationships between the CSR and the designer, or the relationships between the dealer development and the managers or owners of the dealership, right? We really want to connect with you as dealers and your network. So,
you know what, Paul? I'm glad you point that out, because I should have said it right out of the gates. That's who we are. We're a relational company. Mm-hmm. That is, I think, one of the things we pride ourselves on is we care.
Yes. And
for us, it's not just a number. It's not just another dealer. It's a partner.
Absolutely.
And it's a relationship. Just like It is between anybody and their partner, anybody that cares about someone else, a close friend or so forth, or whatever the case is. It's a partnership, which equals a relationship, and that needs to be worked on. And it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
And where we have those relationships with our customers, those strong ones, it's amazing what we can get done together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
So-
pretty cool.
So talking about the relationships, what resources and support does Decor provide to its dealers to help them succeed at Decor cabinets?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that you won't see behind the scenes. The effort that we put into building a strong team, it's amazing to see how that has grown internally year after year, and the things that we put in place just to help us become better at what we do. We are given every opportunity to succeed in this within this company. We're given every opportunity to grow in this company if we choose to do so. It does not matter where you're from, what make or model you are. You are given equal opportunity to be able to grow with this company and make a difference in whatever field that you're in. And so there's countless different things that you see behind the scenes. Marketing is a great example. If you could come in here and watch what our marketing team does, all the different things they do day after day after day that other people experience, it feels like things are just running smoothly. There's just countless different things that are going on behind the scenes for them to help everybody else do their job well. And so over here at Decor, we have something that we call our first team. It's one of the things that we've taught our leaders. Who's your first team? Who are the people? It's not necessarily the people that work for you. It's the people that you work with, that you have influence on, that has influence on you, that you work with every single day. And knowing that they are your first team, you're going to look out for them just as much as we want to look out for our end customers, our Allisons of this world. We equally want to look out for those people that work with us on those teams. And so there's all sorts of things that we're doing internally that I think have a massive impact on our dealers, our partners' experience all around us. And so, it's an exciting place to be.
Yeah. So I got a couple more questions left, but in the meantime, please send questions in the chat. If you got any questions, we'll get them answered live here. Another thing, just to elaborate a little bit more, we have our team, the CSR team, to help the dealers, the designers. We have our DDs. We have a great marketing team, and everyone's always here to help, right? And so we also have what is called the Academy. So under Academy, you have a couple different umbrellas or branches, I would say. You have the Academy Online. That's where you can go to for the designer to go to grow in their knowledge about different topics, ranging from lighting to order entry to how to do adjustments. We also have this here, the Academy Now, which is our monthly webinars that we have, which we have live, and it gives you an opportunity to grow, professionally, and also with your product knowledge. And then we also have what's called our Academy XP, which within Academy XP we have events throughout the year. So here we have one coming up at the end of May for Academy XP, and then also we have that's pretty much closed. But if you want to sign up, you could sign up for the October one, which again is it's another way for your designers or owners to come out and network with other dealers in our network, and then also to get behind the scenes look at Decor and to grow. We usually have a disrupt sessions where you can grow in your knowledge in the industry as well. So that's kind of the Academy and some resources that are available to our dealers. But just to another question here, how does Decor foster strong relationships with its dealer network and encourage collaboration and communication?
Well, I mean, we've talked a lot about that. That's a question that sums up our entire conversation. It's all the little things that we try to do behind the scenes, and and all the things that we try to do to help make that relationship strong and continue to grow and stretch each other. And the academy is a great deal. It has such a huge impact, and it's such an opportunity for us to get together, because we're busy. Everybody's busy, and the Academy XP, the last one we did in September, was just a wonderful experience. I just watched people enjoy each other. There was learning, there was growth, there was business growth, relational growth. It just was awesome. And if you haven't had an opportunity, please sign up for one of these things.
Yeah.
They are, you again can't put it into words what you're going to get out of it until you get here. And October's a great time to hang out with us. It really, really is. It's a beautiful time of year, and the event will be terrific.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then so I've already talked about the Academy XP. I do want to mention the Core Track Spot Academy, and that's a more smaller. We have limited. We cap it off at 10 people, but that's more intentional training. It's the Academy XP will be more. There'll be training, but there's also the networking and team building and really to grow that way. Whereas the Core Tracks is it's just training sessions after training sessions. It's really focused on the education. So we do have 2 more spots, or 2 more dates that are available still. We have August and November. So if you want to think about coming to Core Tracks, you can sign up for those as well. But other than that, I don't see any other questions coming in. Steve, do you have anything else that you want to add, or?
No, listen, it's been a pleasure
Yeah.
being part of your show, and for being here today. So thank you for having me. Thank you for everybody out there that has put up again with me for a few minutes here. It has been a pleasure. And don't hesitate to be strangers. You now know who I am. If you have any questions that come up in regards to what we talked about, you can reach out to Decor Cabinets, and they'll be happy to put you through to me, and I'd be happy to talk to you if you wish to do so.
Yeah. And so one thing I want to say about the May Academy now, it's going to be on a Thursday, and it's May 23rd, I believe. We'll get that up here shortly in the next day or two to sign up for that. But essentially what that's going to be is Marcos and some of the dealer development, Mick and Bev, are at your Kachina with a couple of our designers that won the grand finale on the Elite Design Awards last year. And so they're exploring Yucachina this week, and so they're going to come back, and we're going to have a conversation with those 3 and see what they found for I guess industry trends and stuff that are coming our way. So if you want to see that, please sign up, and we'll see you in May. Thanks for joining us today. Take care.